Good morning, COV Church family. How are you doing? I am Apostle Jennifer, and welcome. So, we are in the book of Exodus, and this is chapter 3, verse 11, going into chapter 4. So, as you are being sent, there are some things that you need to see in the sending off of Moses, right? There is an emphasis not on who Moses is, it is an emphasis on the will of God and God using Moses as a vessel so that his will is done, and that in order for that to happen, it's not going to be based off of who Moses is, what his abilities are, but off of who God is and his presence, his spirit. It is this emphasis on, I'm going to be with you. To add, you have to know that you are sent by God. You got to rest in the fact you're not doing this on your own will. Again, you need to be propelled on the will of God. I'm moving in the will of God. It is God that sends me. I don't send myself. See, this gives you confidence in what it is that you're doing. Because, like Jesus was like, I don't come in my own name. I come in my Father's name. I'm about my Father's business. I do what I see the Father doing. The emphasis was not on Jesus, it was on the Father. You got to put not the emphasis on yourself, but put the emphasis on your Father who is with you, but who also sends you. He also sends you. So then, God instructs Moses during this time, and we see he's providing him instructions. This is what it is that I want you to do. He even is like, this is what it is that I want you to say. And he's doing all of this in light of, he already knows what's going to take place. He is the Alpha, he is the Omega. There is nothing that is going to throw God off in this time. He already knows what's going to happen, and he's bringing you in to what is going to happen. He's revealing this to you in real time, but the God who exists inside and outside of time already knows how this thing is going to play out. So he is giving Moses a strategy. He's giving Moses a plan based on how he already knows the things are going to work out. This is why he tells him in the beginning, early on, 12, he said, but I will be with you, and this shall be the sign for you that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve God on this mountain. I already know you coming back. I already know I'm sending you, knowing that you are going to fulfill the mission that it is that I have for you. And when you return to me and the mission is already done, this is what you're going to do. See, I'm sending you already, knowing that you already have the victory before you even step off. God is sending you, and you got to understand what he sends you to do. It cannot fail because God is with you, and God does not fail. So when you step off to do what God has called you to do, step off in victory. Step off knowing that you already have the dub. Why? Because God doesn't lose. God doesn't lose. This is really the meat of it that I want to get to. And the Lord was showing me this morning, and this is something I haven't really thought about, right? This is where in chapter 4, he says, then Moses answered, but behold, they will not believe me or listen to my voice, for they will say, the Lord did not appear to you. The Lord said to him, what is in your hand? He said, a staff. And he said, throw it on the ground. So he threw it on the ground, and it became a serpent, and Moses ran from it. But the Lord said to Moses, put out your hand and catch it by the tail. So he put out his hand and caught it, and it became a staff in his hand, that they may believe that the Lord, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has appeared to you. So the interesting part about this is that, why does he turn the staff into a serpent? Why does he turn the staff into a serpent? You got to understand, Moses is holding on to something, and God says, throw it down. It's transformed as he throws it down. But then God says, pick it back up. And grab it. Actually, let me show you how to grab this thing. Grab this thing up by the tail and pick it back up by the hand. What's good about this is in this time when we ask the question, why is it a serpent? See, in this time, Moses, if you look in chapter 3, he has fears, he has doubts, he is lacking faith. I mean, it overwhelms him. When we go into 4, he is still questioning, like he doesn't believe. And where does all this come from? Where does all this confusion and fear and doubt and lack of belief and lack of faith in God and what's taking place? Where does it come from? It comes from the enemy. You see, you're holding on to that which is of the enemy. I don't give you fear. I don't give you the lack of faith. I actually gift you faith. All of that is of the enemy. So what I want you to do is I want to take what it is that you're holding on to, and I want you to toss that thing to the ground. I want you to put that thing in its proper position. Toss that out your hand. Get that out your hand. Get that on the ground. And then it's transformed into a serpent. I'm going to let you look upon what it really is. Yeah. I'm going to reveal to you what the source of that really is. It is the devil. It is the enemy. So you take that thing that you're holding on to, all that fear, all of that doubt, all of that confusion, toss that thing on the ground. Just toss it away. And in the process, I'm going to show you what it is. I'm going to reveal it to you. It's the serpent. It's the enemy. And then we see here, Moses runs from it. Moses runs from it when he sees that it's a certain. No, God pulls him back and he says, pick that thing up by the tail. Pick it up by the tail. See, he could have transformed it into the staff, so it could have been easier for him to pick up, right? If I transform it into the staff, all you got to do is just grab it and put it back in your hand. But I need you to face this enemy. I need you to face this serpent. I need to make it clear to you while it's still visible as a serpent to you. I need you to pick that thing up and put it in your hand. See, you were created to rule over sin. You don't understand. You were created to dominate, to rule. You were created to trample over the lion and the serpent. What you scared of, what you running from, what you holding on to in that way, and to where it has you don't have it. Let me tell you right now that you can pick this thing up by the tail. Pick this thing up and grab it and make it submit to you. Make it surrender to you. And as you do that, as you come into who it is that I say that you are, once when you stand up and you start grabbing hold of what has a hold on you, when you step into your position of power, when you step into who it is that you truly are, when you step into your authority, and when you snatch that thing up in your hand, watch it turn back into a staff. See, that's what it's meant to be. There's something now holding you back. There's something that's holding on to you, that has a grip on you, that's not allowing you to press forward into the things of God and walk into the true identity that He has for you, so that you can be sent and do what it is that God desires you to do. You need to be able to see the reality of what it is that has a hold on you, okay? You need to not be running from it. You need to see it clearly as it is, and you need to grab hold of that thing and make it submit to you, make it bow to you, and better yet, make it bow to Christ. Hold it captive to Christ. Exercise those weapons that are not carnal, right? And hold those thoughts captive. Hold those thoughts captive to Christ. No, see, I know who it is that my God is. My God will be with me. My God is sending me, and I will respond to the call on my life. God will instruct me. He will lead me. It even says a little later, not only will I be with you, right, I will be with your mouth. You see, you worried about your weaknesses. I'm in your weaknesses. I will strengthen you where you are weak. I'm sending you. I got you, because my will be done through you. Gosh, see, understand again, you're going to be powered by my will. I got a will, and my will will be done. Talk soon.